Back to our weekly live stream. My name is Alicia, and in this week's live lesson, we are going to talk about how to talk about money. For this week's live lesson, I have prepared 3 groups of important verbs, very, very key verbs to consider when talking about money in English. So I hope that we have a good chance to practice using all of these verbs. I have 3 categories for today. Basic money verbs to review for our introduction. 2 will be personal finance related verbs, so how to manage your money and verbs for that. And in group 3, we're going to talk about banking verbs. So I hope that everyone has a good chance to practice these very important vocabulary words today. So as you join, please make sure to hit the like button and share this video because it helps with the algorithm, helps other people to find the lesson. So while we wait for everyone to join us live, 2 very quick announcements as always. First is about this banner at the bottom of the screen. The team has a breakthrough sale happening this week. So if you want to get the 35% off discount at EnglishClass101.com, you can find all the details about the sale at the link below the video if you're watching on YouTube, or above the video if you're watching on Facebook. You can find all the details of the different plans on this page right here. So just click the link and you can find this. If you want to start studying with us, now is a good time to check it out because you can get it for 35% off. So I will remind you again later, but check that out at EnglishClass101.com. That's announcement number 1. Announcement number 2. As always, you know, if you have questions for me, send them to me. I cannot check all the YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and I don't even know where else. I can't check all your comments. There are too many every day, like hundreds. So please send them to me at EnglishClass101.com/ask-Alicia. That is a very long URL, so please find the link for this in the YouTube description and send me your questions there. Also, make sure, do a quick search, of the YouTube channel before you send the question. There's a good chance I answered it already. But make sure, send me your questions. This page, right here, this one. Well, not this page, but this is a screenshot. Make sure to send them to the official question submission page where I will definitely read your question, yeah? So do that. Okay, I think everything is rolling, yeah? Facebook, are you here? Yeah, everybody's here. Excellent. Okay, chat. What's up, chat? Hello, everyone. Also, if you want to find me on Instagram and Twitter, Instagram is probably the best. You can find the link for this in the YouTube description also. Good. YouTube, hi, everybody. YouTube is here. Welcome, YouTube. Jose and Meryl. Hello, Santiago from Colombia. What's up? Bryce Lee, Joseph Misu from Vietnam, welcome. Lonely, hello. Kiramat from Pakistan, hello, welcome. Jonathan, Shehan, Karina, Fausio, hello, welcome everybody. Facebook, where are you? I'm coming, Facebook. I'm slow on my Facebook today. Where's Facebook? Hey, Facebook, what's up? Okay, good. Everybody's here. Hi, Milton and May and Ira. Hi, everybody. Okay, let's get started. It's ready. We are all ready. So today we're going to talk about money, right? So today is going to be, if you missed it, today I have 3 groups of verbs I'm going to focus on. And inside those groups, we're going to talk about a few key nouns also. Some of the verbs are also nouns. So I'm going to like and share the video right now. Great. Okay, let's get started. So let's go with the first group. It's very bright, I can't see. Let's go with the first group of verbs for today. We are going to begin our warm-up for today's live lesson will be basic money verbs. Basic money verbs. So let's get into it. I have 4 that I'm going to talk about in this section. So the first, maybe most important money verb is to save, right? To save. So to save money or to save other things also means to keep it, means to not use it, right? To keep money in a bank account, or maybe, I suppose, to keep cash in your wallet if you are a young person, you don't have a bank account. To save money. Maybe the most important thing to do with your money is just save it, right? So here's an example sentence. I save money every month. I save money every month. Yeah? So we use save to talk about keeping our money, not using it. one of the opposites, I suppose, and opposite of using the money to purchase something. Okay? So to save money every month, maybe the most important money verb. Okay? If you want to send an example sentence, please send it in the chat. I will try to check live. Okay, let's go to number 2. Key money verb number 2 is to spend. The opposite. So to spend money. To spend money means to use your money to get something. You buy a product, you buy a service, you buy a place to stay, right? To spend your money is the opposite of saving, of keeping your money, right? To spend, as in we spent, this is the past tense, we spent too much money last month. We spent too much money last month. Keep in mind, spent, this T at the end, this is the past tense form. To spend becomes spent in past tense. And too much money is different from so much money. I notice this in learner sentences a lot. So we spent too much means more than we were allowed to spend, or more than was okay to spend. Too much. If I say we spent so much money last month, it sounds like we spent a lot of money, but it's okay. Yeah, that's the difference between too much and so much here. All right, I'm looking for your questions and your comments. Nahora says, I'm saving for my future. Me too. I hope everyone is, okay? Santiago says, I try to save money, but sometimes I spend, but sometimes I spend so much. Use present tense there. Sometimes I spend a lot, right? It's a regular action. So use spend, okay? Others, Facebook, what's up? Rosa says, I save money in my wallet. So cash, okay, so like keeping money in your wallet, okay. Others, Maria uses the verb lost. I lost so much money last month. So make sure you're careful with your verb. To spend means to use it, right? To use your money to buy food, to, pay for your house, right? Everyday costs. To lose money sounds like maybe you went to a casino, like gambling, or maybe you, like, it came out of your wallet on the street. So think about that. To lose money and to spend money have different feels, yeah? To spend sounds like you used it, okay? All right. Dear sister says, I spent too much money on medicine instead of in. Now I can't go to carnival. Oh, bummer. That sucks. Oh, I feel ya. Okay. Others. I'm looking for others. Fabricio says, I try to save money, but family, Yeah, for sure. Sometimes we have a month or 2 months or several months where it's difficult to save. I think we all understand that. Okay, great. Let's continue on to the next one. The next verb I have is kind of to. So the next one is to loan or to lend. To loan or to lend. So this one means to give someone else money temporarily. So to loan money or to lend money means to give someone money and you expect it will come back, yeah? To loan money, okay? Here's an example sentence. The bank loaned us money for our house. The bank loaned us money for our house, right? So this sounds like the bank gave us money for our house and we have to pay the money back. We have to give the money back to the bank, usually with interest. Yeah? So to loan is to give someone else money. Also lend. We use lend in the same way. Usually, we will talk about this later. Usually when we talk about this in the USA, we use loan, to loan. But you may hear people, American English speakers, use lend as well. Typically, we use loan a bit more. Okay. Lonely writes, I was saving money to buy a new car. Nice. So you wrote past tense. I was saving money. Did you buy the car? I hope so. Others. Okay. Some of you are writing investing. We're going to talk about investing in part 2. So keep your example sentences there. Mauricio, one of our members, spend versus waste. Waste sounds like lose. Yeah. So waste, you think of waste as like garbage, right? It sounds like you just put your money into something that has no value, no use. You just wasted your money. Maybe you buy a broken product, something like that. Oh, I wasted my money. Or maybe you spend a lot of money on a travel experience and it's terrible. Like, oh, I wasted it, you know? So it sounds like your money was no value there. You did not receive value in exchange for your money. Okay? All right. Okay, some of you are asking about loan versus lend. I just talked about that. I hope I answered that there. Okay, let's go to the last one. So number 4 for the first section here. Oh, I just realized I didn't put, sorry guys. Okay, I thought I had the header here, basic money verbs. All right, the last one is to borrow, to borrow. So to borrow is the opposite of to loan or to lend. Yeah. So to borrow means to receive money temporarily. Yeah. To borrow money means to take money temporarily for a short time only, and then you give it back. So this is the opposite of loan. For example, hey, can I borrow $10 for lunch today? Hey, can I borrow $10 for lunch today? So that means, can I have $10 for a short time, and then I will give it back to you later, right? So we cannot say, hey, can I loan $10 for lunch today? We don't say that. Where it gets confusing is we use loan and borrow in opposites in sentences. We do use the verb loan in a sentence like this. Hey, can you loan me $10 for lunch today? This is where I think learners get really confused. Can you loan me $10 or can you lend me $10 for lunch today? It's using a different verb, yeah? So here it's positioning the person taking the money as the focus. Can I borrow or will you loan, right? So consider when you want to choose your verb, who is the focus of your sentence? The person giving the money, so loan, or the person receiving the money, borrow, right? Can I borrow or will you loan me? Yeah, those two. So we cannot mix those two patterns. Okay, let's see. Okay, Daniel wrote, I borrowed $5 last week to my aunt. I borrowed $10 last week from my aunt, right? To shows a direction. To shows a destination. I borrowed $5 last week from my aunt. I received it from. So think of borrow like receive, yeah? You are receiving something, okay? So make sure to use from. I borrowed money from you for lunch today, okay? Okay, Brian on Facebook, similar. My mother borrowed me some money yesterday. My mother borrowed some money from me, okay? So when you want to use this is a question example, yeah? So I'll put this in a tip here really quickly. I can't see, okay? I have 2 tips actually here for today. I will put really quickly, let me copy and paste a new tip for this point. So when we use, oh my gosh, I can't see. When we use borrow, we need to use to borrow from someone, yeah? We do not use to borrow to someone, okay? Oh my gosh, I can't see. Sorry, guys. Okay, so when we use this expression, we use to borrow from someone, okay? So I received money from someone. I do not borrow money to someone. So watch this preposition right here. I see this mistake coming a lot in the chat. So that's a big point for many of you. Okay? All right, let's continue then. Let's go ahead and take our first break. We'll come back to some of these points later. Yeah? So let's take a quick break. If you missed it, the team has a 35% off breakthrough sale this week. If you want to start studying with our lessons, with our courses, with our study materials, a bunch of my videos, audio lessons, and so on. So if you want to get all of the details about this, please check the link below the video if you're watching on YouTube and above the video if you're watching on Facebook. You will find all of the details. We have different plans according to the needs of all of you. So if you want, there is of course free. There's a free one which has limited access to the different tools. But if you want to get the different study tools and resources that I talk about a lot, you can find a plan that's right for you. So check this page. You can find this at EnglishClass101.com. It's in the link below the video if you're watching on YouTube, above or next to the video if you're watching on Facebook. So check this page to find all of the different details. Yeah? Okay, cool. Let's continue then to part 2. Part 2 is going to be about personal finance. Okay, so let's continue to our personal finance verbs in part 2. Okay, some of you are still writing the bank borrow money to me. So we need to practice. I think many of you need to practice loan and borrow. Yeah, so watch out. Right. So let's put that in your notes for today. Okay, practice loan and borrow. Okay, let's go to personal finance. Woo. Personal finance. So finance means money, right? So the study of money, the topic of money. Personal finance means you as an individual, your individual money, right? So how do we organize our money? How do we think about our money? Yeah. So these are 4 verbs. I chose 4 verbs, 4 expressions to talk about our personal money needs. So first one is to make a budget. To make a budget. Budget. Okay, a very important word is a budget. All right. So what is a budget? A budget is something that you use. It's an organization you have for your money every month. For example, your budget might say this month rent $500, food $300, entertainment $100, phone bill $50, whatever. You have a list, right? Everything you need to spend that month and how much money you receive from your job every month, right? So this organization is called a budget. A budget. Here's an example sentence. I think you should make a budget to organize your money. I think you should make a budget to organize your money. Yeah? So a budget is a very important, very helpful tool for money organization, for your personal finance needs. Okay? So to make a budget, right, means making the list of all of the things you spend on every month. Okay? So a budget. All right. Okay, good. Some others are writing some borrow examples. Great. Let's see. Again, I see lots of examples. I'm not going to spend more time on borrow and loan today because we have many other things. But I think a lot of people definitely take 10 minutes to review some borrow and loan example sentences and look at the grammar. Yeah? Maybe I'll make a lesson about that in the future. Okay, let's go to the next word in our personal finance section. Next is to invest. To invest. Okay, so to invest, this is different from to save, kind of. Yes and no. So to invest means to use your money to buy, for example, like part of a company called a stock, yeah? Or you buy another kind of like fund, yeah? So you use your money to, for example, participate in the stock market, these kinds of things, yeah? Or you put it in a special account to save money for later, yeah? So to invest your money means to use your money to buy something, buy a financial instrument to increase your money a little bit every year, okay? So to invest your money, so to save your money usually means in a bank account, yeah, or cash, right? Some of you said cash. So that means to keep your money in a savings account, maybe checking account or cash. To invest sounds like you use your money in something else. You put your money in something else, an account or another company or maybe an idea, and you want the money to grow. Yeah? So here's an example sentence. We invest a little money each month. We invest a little money each month. Okay? So to invest is the verb. The noun is investment. Investment. M-E-N-T. Investment. Okay? So to invest, yeah. Finley on Facebook says, what is the difference between invest and spend? All right, so when you spend money, let's say I want to buy this marker. I give $1, I receive this marker. My money is gone, right? This is my money now, right? I bought the marker. When I invest money, my hope is I will use $1, I will buy a little piece of a company with my $1, and over time, my money will grow because the company is doing a good job and making money. So next year, when I check, my $1 is now $1.05 in the company. That's investing. If I buy, if I spend money, I use it once, it's gone. Okay? I hope that helps. Okay, let's go to the next one. All right, I see your examples coming in. I will check in just a minute. Okay, let's go to the third personal finance verb. Third, to save for retirement. To save for retirement. What is retirement? Retirement is the age, the time period when you stop working. So usually in maybe the middle of your 60s, like 65, 66 or so, maybe 70s or later. So to save for retirement, that means you save money, maybe invest, I guess, to save money specifically for retirement. So not saving money for a new computer or new phone, but you have money only for retirement. So you save money just for that time period in your life when you stop working, okay? So it's a good idea to start saving for retirement early. The example here, yeah? It's a good idea to start saving for retirement early, okay? To save for retirement. So depending on your country, maybe you have a specific type of account, a specific bank account, or maybe investment account for retirement. Like we have in the USA, some specific types of accounts that you can use to save for retirement. So this is a very important vocabulary word to know. Okay? All right, I'm going to check your comments really quick. Buena Fe says, I invest a little money to stock market. Very nice, close. We use for investment for the stock market, we say, I invest a little money in the stock market. We use the preposition in when we talk about our investments. For companies also. For example, I invested in Google. I invested in Apple, right? So we use in, the preposition in, to talk about those investments, yeah? Okay. Others, okay. Yes, some of you are talking about the difference between invest and spend. Great. Others. Bird writes, you have pension plans for retirement. Yes, pension plans are an example of a retirement savings plan for sure. Okay. All right. Mosini on Facebook says, I have to invest some money to buy a house. I have to invest some money to buy a house. Okay, great. Let's continue to the last one then. The last one I have, also a very important personal finance concept, is to build an emergency fund. To build an emergency fund. This is very, very common in personal finance articles. So first, emergency. The emergency. So this is a some group of money, some money you have just for emergency. If you have a medical problem or a family problem, or suddenly you need to travel somewhere, it's really important. This is the purpose of the emergency fund. So let's talk about fund, this F-U-N-D here, fund. So a fund is money specifically for something. There's money that is a specific purpose. So you don't touch it. You don't touch the money. So it's not, maybe for you, it's one account. Maybe you have this account is my emergency fund. Everybody is different. I don't know. But an emergency fund is money just for emergency purposes. Yeah. So you have some money saved. Usually not invested. Usually it's not invested. Usually emergency fund is a savings account or a checking account. It's easy to access. It's easy to get that money. But we keep it only for emergency purposes, only for emergency reasons. Okay? So to build an emergency fund, here's an example. Make sure to build an emergency fund ASAP. As soon as possible, ASAP. Make sure to build an emergency fund ASAP. Victor says, I build an emergency fund just to travel to Europe. Well, that's just a savings. That's just saving to travel, right? You don't have to have an emergency fund. You can save for different goals, right? Many people, I think, have different goals. A little bit saving, a little money saved for my travel plans, for my emergency, for my retirement, investment, right? Every month. Many people have different savings goals. So emergency fund is just for emergencies, yeah? So you can have my travel fund also. You can have different funds, yeah? All right. Some of you are asking me personal finance questions. This is not a finance channel. So I'm not going to answer your personal finance questions. No way. Everybody is different. No way. This is a language channel. So please search for some personal finance YouTubers. Okay? All right, let's finish part 2 there. So those are some very important personal finance verbs. Some of you are asking about ASAP. You should know this vocabulary word, ASAP. As soon as possible. This is a very, very common expression, ASAP, and initialism. Okay, let's end part 2 there because, oh, I am so late. Okay, let's go to part 3 very quickly. If you missed it, the team has a 35% off breakthrough sale this week. So check it out if you want to learn with our lessons, with our videos, with our audio lessons, and so on. You can find the link below the video on YouTube and above the video on Facebook to get all voice recording tools, PDFs, lesson notes, my videos, audio lessons. Go crazy. Have fun. Okay, I'll remind you one more time later. Let's go to the very last part for today. The last part for today is easy, right? Super easy. Bank verbs. So, what do we need to know when we go to the bank? So, I chose 4 key bank verbs. Let's go to these. Number 1, to deposit. To deposit. Here's the example sentence. He deposited his paycheck at the bank. He deposited his paycheck at the bank. To deposit means to put money into an account. To put money into an account. Ooh, to put money into an account. Okay, so this means past tense. He deposited, past. So this action is finished. He deposited his paycheck at the bank. Okay, so it means to put money into a bank account. All right, so the opposite of deposit, to deposit, is to withdraw. To withdraw. To withdraw means to take out or to remove. So, past tense, she withdrew, past tense, she withdrew $100 from the ATM. So ATM is the cash machine, yeah, from the bank. Yeah? She withdrew $100 from the ATM. So deposit, put in, withdraw, take out. Yeah, to withdraw. Sometimes, of course, people do say, I took out $100 from the ATM. You can use that also. The bank, when you go to the bank, though, usually on the bank ATM, on the cash machine, this is the vocabulary word. They put like deposit, withdrawal, yeah. Also the noun form, I will add that as a tip here too. The noun form is kind of weird, so I'll put this here. Withdrawal is withdrawal. So when you go to the bank, depending on the bank, oh, it's so small. They will say, they will ask you, what do you want to do when you go to the ATM? The noun form is this, withdrawal, withdrawal, yeah? So to withdraw, to take out is the verb, a withdrawal. I would like to do a withdrawal. This is the noun form. You might see that on an ATM. Okay, let's continue to the third bank verb, and then I'll come to check your comments in just a second. So, number 3, to open an account. To open an account. So, when you want to start a new bank account, we use open. The verb is open. We do not say start a new bank account. We say open a new bank account. Like open a book, kind of, I guess. But we say open a bank account. For example, I'd like to open an account, please. I'd like to open an account, please. So you can open a savings account, checking account, retirement account, whatever. You can open, we use open for all different types of accounts, okay? So to open an account. What is the past tense of open? What do you think? Surely you can imagine, right? Think about it. Okay. And finally, and then I'll come check your questions. Number 4, to apply for a loan. To apply for a loan. So, when you want to get a loan, some of you mentioned your business loan, your house loan, yeah? You need to use the verb apply. To apply for. So the preposition here is for. To apply for a loan. So, we talked about to loan earlier, right? To give someone else money for something. This is the noun form, a loan. A loan. That's the money you receive, you must pay back in the future. Yeah? So, to apply for a loan. Yeah? So, here's the example sentence. We applied for a loan for our business today. We applied for our loan for our business today. Okay? Here's our past tense. So apply becomes applied. Watch out for the spelling. The Y changes to I here. We applied for a loan for our business today. Okay? Chizuru, nice question. Can you say create an account instead of open? For a bank, we generally don't say create a bank account. We usually say open an account. I know online, when you need to do online shopping, it says create an account, create an account. I know. We typically don't say create for bank accounts. We use the verb open. And when you want to end your bank account, we use close. Also, open an account and close an account at the bank. I know on the internet for shopping accounts we say create, but we don't use create for bank accounts. Nice question. Some of you are sending me questions that are very different from today's topic. Please send them to Ask Alicia. There is a link in the YouTube description for that. Okay, great. Victor, nice example sentence. He applied for a loan to buy a car. Bird also mentions to apply for insurance. Yeah, insurance is another thing. It's very good to have. Okay? Miguel says, I need to apply for a loan to start my own business. Nice. Okay, great. Nice ones. Others, some people on Facebook. Jaweed says, I deposited in my bank account. You need your object. What did you deposit? I deposited money in my bank account. I deposited $300 in my bank account. So I deposited something in my bank account. Yeah, then it's perfect. Hugo writes, I withdrew $100 yesterday from the ATM. Cool. Okay. Nice examples, everyone. I have to end there. Great. So those are some key money-related verbs. We got through a lot. I think, as I said before, I think we need to practice borrow and lend a lot. So maybe I'll make a video soon about how to use borrow and lend and how to make sure we use all the right words there. Maybe next week or next month rather. We'll see. I need to check the schedule. Okay, but we have to finish there for today. So I'll end today's lesson there, but of course I'll be back next week. So here is next week's lesson information. Next week I'll be back Wednesday, February 22nd at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is New York City time. If you don't know your local time, please use your amazing Google skills, or you can set a notification on YouTube or on Facebook. Next week, I'm going to talk about how to get more speaking practice. What are some ideas so you can get more opportunities to speak, even if you study alone? Yeah. So join me next week for that. I'll say goodbye for this week, but of course, come follow me on Instagram. The link is in the YouTube description. Come join me next week. And of course, don't forget to check out the breakthrough sale if you want to start studying with us now. Super good time. You can find all the details of our courses, lesson plans, the tools, everything on this page at EnglishClass101.com. So check it out. Link below or above the video. I will say goodbye. So thanks everybody for joining me this week. Have a great day, have a great week, have a great evening, have a great weekend, and I will see you